Hello, welcome and welcome back. This is Jacob coming to you with another new narration series. Oh boy, I have a lot of them on the channel right now. But anyway, now, considering this is a new one, short sort of little intro into this, how this is gonna work, frequency of updates, yada yada. Well, since this will feature the character's files, this is a pretty easy one to record, at least when it comes to narration. I don't need to prepare any freaking voice acting and shit. So, this one will have two criteria as to what kind of operator this will feature. As an example here, to receive the full file, there has to be 200% trust, and the operator has to be E2. And to keep it varied, each of these episodes, twice a week by the way, will feature a operator from another category as they are listed here on the side. Now for this first batch, going through every category, I will try and feature only 6 stars. The only problem I will encounter will be here, because neither Phantom, who is a 6-star, nor Gladia, who is a 6-star, have, well, they are not 200%. Maybe I can do something by then, by the time they come around, but we'll see about that. That's the last 100% are, yeah, that's always a problem. So yeah, with this series we'll start with 6-star operators for the first round. In the next round, when we go back to Vanguards, we'll go with 5 stars, then with 4 stars, then 3, then 2, and then we go back to 6 stars. And yeah, and on top of that, like the title of the video suggests, we will also be going over, I will literally mute myself at the end and let the voice lines of the characters play. And that's only gonna be part of the whole spiel. So yeah, anyway. Also, to add to why am I doing this? Well, some of the stories connect, let's say. They connect to other operators. And another thing that I like for the characters in this game, just to see a bit more characterization to them, maybe a bit about their past, maybe a bit about the places they are from. Some of them do have kind of like world building lore mentioned in their files, so that's interesting. But yeah, oh, and as a final part, I will definitely begin with operators from all categories who I used the most over the years. And you would think, looking at this, considering Bagpipe is level 80 and Shellac is, and yes, that is apparently how you pronounce her name, Shellac. Got it confirmed by a Irish friend, because that is definitely an Irish word / name. I've used her more than Bagpipe. Bagpipe I've used in a couple of places since I got her. But I've been using Shellac in almost any kind of build. And it has mostly to do with how varied her skills are. Considering you have, hey, print me DP. Hey, print me DP, heal the operator close by, and give them a defense boost for the duration of the skill. Or, hey, how about I print you some DP, do massive damage, stun for 3 seconds, put some slow on while the skill is running, and give fragile on top of it. Cause why not? But yeah, also want to point out for people who are listening to this and have played for episode 9, her skills kinda also portray her sort of growth throughout episode 9. So kinda another one of the operators who kinda makes sense with their skills, why they are the way they are. But yeah, speaking of episode 9, if you are new to this game and you are watching this right now, this file reading will have some spoilers for episode 9, considering the considering the fates of certain characters. So you've been warned. Anyway, I will read everything that's in front of me, even the boring stuff here at the beginning. So yeah, how about we begin? I think that's enough of an intro into all of this stuff. Anyway, so operator files today featuring Vanguard Shellac, and this is her file. So basic info: codename Shellac, gender female, combat experience 2 years, place of birth Victoria, date of birth May 31st, race Vuvier, height 166 centimeters or 5.4 feet. Infection status: medical tests have confirmed that no infection is present. Physical exam: physical strength excellent, mobility standard, physical resilience excellent, tactical acumen normal, combat skill standard, originium arts assimilation standard. Profile: a former ceremonial standard bearer for Victoria. She served at the Victorian Army Barracks in County Shellac, where the head of the local Rhode Island branch office presented her to us as a liaison operator. She has basic Victorian Army training under her belt, superior physical ability, and demonstrated a talent for support operations. Clinical Clinical analysis: imaging tests reveal clear, normal outlines of internal organs, and no abnormal shadows have been detected. Originium granules have not been detected in the circulatory system, and there is no sign of infection. At this time, this operator is believed to be uninfected. Cell originium assimilation 0%. Operator Shellac shows no signs of originium infection. Blood originium crystal density 0.19 units per liter. Operator Shellac rarely comes into contact with originium. After all that time spent going around the rubble of that dirty bomb in County Shellac, it's incredible how stable Shellac's indicators are. She's kept herself plenty healthy, but the local office there must have taught her some great protective techniques, huh? As noted by medic operator Susuro. Archive file number 1. Victorian Guards of Honor normally go through a rigorous selection process, so it's only natural that Shellac, with her glowing presentation and mannerisms, draws immediate attention. However, most operators end up charmed by her affable personality. Shellac goes out of her way to share skincare and hairstyling tips, and has put on many banner-waving marches for the curious children. What's more, she's quickly found herself in the same cooking club as Gumi and the others, where she's since made all kinds of Victorian treats, to great acclaim at food festivals. If one was to look at Shellac's schedule, they would find her spending the vast majority of her days on the training grounds. Multiple instructors have expressed their surprise at the intensity of her training. Instructor Dornar is concerned that she may be overworking herself to a dangerous level, but Shellac insists on maintaining this level of intensity, and consultations with the medical department, along with their comprehensive assessment of Vuvier physical fitness, has allowed it to continue for the time being. Multiple consecutive tests have shown rapid improvement in Shellac's combat ability, building on top of the foundation granted to her by the Victorian Army. We expect her to grow into an outstanding combat operator very quickly. Archive file number 2. When filing in the application form, Shellac expressed a desire for more time to think. It was a day later that she finally put down her present codename. Her words at the time were, "It means willow," I spent an age pouring through reference material. I hope I haven't spelt anything wrong. Her choice of spelling originates from an ancient language called Tauran, and not present-day Victorian she knows. Profile data shows that Shellac was born in a lakeside city of Victoria's south, completely unconnected to the area of Tara. Her own knowledge of Tauran originates entirely from a friend local to County Hillock. Shellac tells us that in the region of Tara, on the spring festival each year, the people would take freshly budded willow branches to adorn the streets and statues. Every year she served at County Hillock, she would accompany this very friend to a agricultural plate on the outskirts, picking the best branches for the occasion, in the end completing this rather commemorative affair. Though Saileach hasn't spoken on where this friend presently is, judging by written records in reports on the County Hillock incident, the city was reduced to ruins in the fighting. It is exceedingly possible her close friend met with misfortune. Saileach's experience in County Hillock have no doubt changed her outlook. The urgency she's shown in improving her own compatibility likely stems from her regret in being unable to prevent that tragedy. Good thing she did not sink into grief, let alone take to a path of revenge, but has transformed herself and taken the impetus to move forward. After all, in Saileach's choice of codename, there lies the hope that County Hillock may rise from the ashes anew. Archive File Number 3. Excerpts from the County Hillock Incident Reports. We didn't realize that the true challenge would come after withdrawing from County Hillock. Just before we were due to enter County Peninsula, our transport vehicle was raided. The attackers wore plain clothes, but we could tell they were Dublin. The vehicle and comms equipment were destroyed. Fred and I were injured while Shredder nearly lost his life. It was Jenny who stubbornly pulled us, one by one, out from the scrap, trekked to the trade route to flag down a caravan, and talked them into lending us a truck, saving all our lives. The entire way, the sick one didn't come to. What was strange was after that attack, the enemy didn't chase us further either. It was like they just wanted to find out if she was really with us, and then they tried us to see how much strength we really had. I thought we were done for when we were trapped under those seats. I mean, they killed Outcast, the lass. Even if the few of us threw it all away then and there, could we do 10% of what she could? Finally, I want to recommend Jenny, and I mean that Miss Jane Willow, who came with us back to the ship, should formally join Rhode Island. I've known her willingness for a while now, since we left. Originally, it was Outcast most fit to recommend her, so with a graver sorrow than all I know, I tell you all this in her stead. Together with us, Miss Willow has saved countless people in County Hillock, and she will have the opportunity in the future to save countless more. Whether it's her character or her ability in question, she is highly fit to become someone who works with us. Report submitted by Rhode Island County Hillock Branch Office in Charge Oliver Bernard. Archive File Number 4. Shellac has never explicitly told anyone, but without a doubt, she's been preparing all along to return to Victoria and continue fighting. Where she differs from Bagpipe is that she doesn't in any way consider this a duty. From the moment she decided to leave the army, she never again held herself to be a Victorian soldier. In truth, she took to her new identity as a Rhode Island operator exceptionally well, and very quickly was proactive in throwing herself into all manner of combat and non-combat missions. She more than once mentioned the deceased elite operator's Outcast's influence on her. Returning to Victoria, to her, is more of a calling. She holds a sense of justice deep in her heart, firmly resolved to spare no effort, looking to stand off against the evils that brought her such bitter memories. Very soon, once learning she also came to Rhode Island, Sheillac's first order of business was to find Bagpipe. The two of them had a discussion that lasted through the night, and by the next day, Shellac applied for short-term landship leave. She understands that the time to return has almost come. From the County Hillock incident, we see that the Taran situation has already climbed to a tipping point. If their leader is not Draco, then the eruption of conflict may be deferred by a decade, but the situation in whole will not have changed. Victoria's country's old policies targeted at Tarans have made inevitable the present fires of war. Yet, when we look back at history, after they were forced to split half of their authority with the Aslans, the Draco royal family, original rulers of the whole of Victoria, surely could not indulge another of their race peaceably governing a third of the country's territory. In the same manner, nor would the aristocracy, who begrudgingly shared their take with the new nobility, let the opportunity pass to press down on the area's indigenous peoples, so as to make up for the losses. I don't at all believe that this will be a localized conflict. I can only say that this war may perhaps transform the nation of Victoria. Concerning if all this will grant us any advantage in our coming to Londinian operations, don't forget, I'm just an instructor supplementing you all with a little history. Recording of Hypatia answering questions after a history lecture. And finally, the promotion file. Even as early as County Hillock, Shellac was lively at the Rhode Island branch office, helping to handle a great deal of affairs. As if she were staff. Once this experience has given her great consideration, her rapid promotion was met with no pushback at all. As an immigrant of Sargon living in Victoria, coupled with her sensitive nature, Shellac never forgets to challenge the challenges of minority communities struggling in the world. Whether she realizes it or not, this is where her long-standing empathy with the oppressed originates, and with her clearer grasp on the difference between herself and said people. It's only more commendable that on missions without any qualms, she sees infected children bleeding and offers a hand. Alright, and this is where the narrated portion ends, and we are gonna go into the voice files. So for now, I will mute the mic and see you shortly.
ファイルの整理なら得意だよ。これデータ表と理論分析か。難しいな。ロマン文学とは全然違うよ。ドクターもビクトリアの文学作品を読んだことある？ここだけの話、私が一番好きな作品の主人公、私と同じ名前なんだよね。前は私が感染者たちに笑顔を向ければきっと感じ取ってもらえるだろうと思ってた。でも今になってようやく気づいた。笑顔を見せる前に彼らの痛みを理解してあげなきゃって。彼らだけじゃなくて他に差別されてる人たちもそう。アーミヤさんやドクターと話したら分かったよ。エリートオペレーターのあの人も、そしてロドスのみんなもなぜあんな選択したのかを。こんなこと言うのはちょっと恥ずかしいけど、バグパイプさんのこと羨ましいなって思うの。何があっても彼女はビクトリア軍人であったことを誇りに思ってるからね。あ、誤解しないで。私は今でもビクトリアを愛してるよ。ただその愛があったからこそ故郷を離れたの。ダブリンの追っ手から逃げるの大変だったよ。あれからあのリードって子に話しかけてみたけど、私のことを覚えてないみたい。まああの子にとってはいいことかもしれないけどね。機会があれば詩や小説について話がしたいな。あ、友達になれたらもっと嬉しいかもね。 軍機敬礼分裂式の動きは体の隅から隅にまで叩き込まれてる。でも本当の意味でこの旗を掲げ進むべき道を見極めるにはまだまだ程遠いよ。髪のケアにはちょっと時間をかけるようにしてるの。上辺を取り繕うだけじゃダメだって分かってるけど、この作業も真面目に生きることの一環としてやっていきたいと思ってるから。ドクターの髪もちょっと乱れてるね。直してあげようか。もしあなたがあの恐ろしい敵の数々と向き合わなければならない時が来たら必ずそばにいさせて。ドクター、もしあの一件の前にあなたに出会っていたらきっと頼ってしまっていたでしょうね。でも正義とは何かを他人が教えてくれるのをいつまでも待っていてはダメね。せめて同行してる間だけでもあなたの頼れる仲間でいたいんだ。今のドクターの姿を見てるとロドスの事務所にこもってサボってたあの日々を思い出すんだ。日差し、カードゲーム、仲間たち。はあ、懐かしいな。あなたがロドスの指揮官ですね。新人オペレーターのサイラッハ、ただいま着任いたしました。あ、ちょっとここでストップしてもらえる？メモ取るから。あの人たちには失望していた。だからビクトリアを離れるとき全ての殺手や勲章の類は捨ててきたんだ。でもロドスは違った。ありがとうドクター。この表彰いただいておくね。あの暗闇を退けたまばゆい光は今も私の夢の中にある。今の私でもまだまだ彼女には遠く及ばないんだ。この旗が私が目にする全ての罪なき人を守らんことを。戦友たちを共に戦えば打ち砕けない邪悪などない。私に続け。戦いを避けられないというのなら私も自分の弱さから目をそらさない。準備完了。命令を。ここに立つのは私の使命。一歩も引かない。子供たちの悲鳴が聞こえる。都市が崩れていくのを感じる。陰謀を実現させた者が北総 M のに君は気づいていない。想像したことある？友も故郷も二度と戻らなくなることを。私はただ人々の生きる権利を守ってあげたかっただけ。ビクトリア人であるかどうか、感染者であるかどうかは関係ない。廃墟で頭を上げようと必死な野草の姿をあなたが見せてくれた。ありがとう。彼らが自分たちの不義理から目覚めることを祈るよ。ドクター、今回は私がここを守るから早くみんなを連れて逃げて。ここに正式に所属されたらサボりづらくなるよね。あ、どうも。なんだか疲れてない？スコーンを焼いたからお茶と一緒にどう？少し座って悩み事を話してみたら？アークナイツ。こんにちはドクター。今日も元気いっぱいだね。
Alright, this will do it for this video. This has been Jacob, thank you all for listening, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.